Purchase this.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Okay, it is about 10 o'clock right now, quarter of 10 actually right now, so I need to record a vlog for the day. And if you couldn't tell by the opening clip there for this video, my vlog is going to be about this little black book right here and why this thing is going to be a great addition to the stuff inside of my camera bag. So the purpose of this video here is to explain why I bought this book, why I really needed to buy this book right here, and what good it's going to do for me as a photographer and even as a videographer. So as you guys know, I started a job for the National Aquarium recently, probably about a month ago, as an exhibit photographer. Now basically my job entails me coming down there, working a set number of hours each week, photographing animals, editing those photographs, and then delivering them to the rest of marketing. And now the beginning portion of that job does sound pretty fun when you get to go around, take pictures of the different animals, the fish, the tanks, all the different stuff that goes on in the aquarium. It does sound super fun, but mind you, there are close to 20 plus tanks with more than a couple hundred different species. I think there's upwards of more than 1,000 different species of animals and wildlife that can be found inside of the National Aquarium, which is pretty gosh darn impressive. So there's a lot of stuff to photograph. And with photographing those different tanks, with photographing those different animals, the different fish, there are a variety of different lighting situations that I need to be ready for, I need to be prepared for. As somebody who's shot a few concerts, who's done a lot of concert videos for people where lighting conditions are pretty poor and there is no light whatsoever, it is a totally different ball game. It is one thing when you're taking pictures of a DJ, it is another thing when you gotta take pictures of fish that are darting back and forth across a tank right behind about 3 inches of glass. There are tons of different conditions, tons of different things that I need to keep track of, and it is impossible, I will already tell you, for me to remember most things up in here. So that's where this little book right here comes into play. So this notebook right here is a very basic blank moleskin notebook that basically can fit right into my back pocket. It fits perfectly in the side pouch of my camera bag. The purpose of me buying this is to use it as a notebook. It is a field notebook. It only cost me like 10 bucks, but it's something that I've been meaning to purchase for a little while, especially with doing a job like what I do down at the aquarium, because there are so many different things. And every time I'm going past each tank, every time I'm working in a tank, even if it's the same tank that I seem to stop by on a weekly or even on a daily basis, I'm still noticing different things, whether it be a different animal that I see that I never noticed before, or different conditions, what settings I'm used to photograph a certain animal, what behaviors I'm noticing, and I need a way to keep track of all that information. The reason why this is important is because if in the event that my boss asks me to go and photograph a particular animal, I know what I need to do so that I'm more prepared to go in, get that picture. I don't have to wait on me to get the picture. I may have to wait on the animal, but I don't have to wait on myself because I'll be ready. I'll be a little bit more prepared for that situation. Now for you out there, if you're watching this video and you're kind of wondering, well, how does this pertain to the viewer? How does this pertain to the person watching the video? I think that notebooks still provide a lot of use. I think that phones are still very good. Phones are definitely great for jotting down notes and be able to record stuff. And if you need to copy things over into an email and then send it over to somebody, I think that's fantastic. But there's a couple advantages that I think this notebook holds over this iPhone right here. Number one is that this thing doesn't run on battery. Something else that I've noticed is that I tend to be on my phone a lot for work, whether I'm checking email, updating social media, or typing down notes or anything like that. My battery on my phone tends to go fairly quickly because I use it so often. So with the notebook here, this thing doesn't run on battery. I don't have to worry about charging it. I don't have to worry about plugging it in. I just write on it, stow it away, pull it back out, do it all over again. That's it. No batteries, no cords required. Or the other advantage to having a notepad or a notebook or something to write on is that it looks a little bit more professional in the workplace. If you have a meeting or if you have a very important client you have to meet with, if you're pulling out your phone and jotting down notes, it may look like that you're not jotting down notes. Your client, your boss, whomever you're meeting with could potentially think you're checking Facebook or you're sending text messages. Or you just pull this thing out, start scribbling stuff down, and then you're good to go. Now the phone for sure has some advantages over the notepad right here, and some of those I already mentioned, but still having this thing it just feels a little bit more professional. It just feels a little bit better, I think, than having to worry about everything being on my phone if I have something like this. But there is something to be said about carrying around a little notebook such as this and being able to jot down your experiences, sort of use it as a journal to record some of the stuff that you go through, your experiences, your setting, the different things that you see while you're working or while you're on a trip or while you're planning out a job. So don't knock notebooks for sure. I know whiteboard boards are one thing that I said you definitely should have. Carry one of these little guys around with you, just give it a shot, see what you think. And so far, I've already started writing in this thing. I've jotted down like a page and a half worth of notes tonight. Already from jotting down notes and from using this thing, I've noticed a lot more about where I'm shooting and what things I should be looking out for. So I'm already seeing results just from using this thing. But for the most part, this is still just a book with a bunch of empty pages that I've got to fill. And that just got a little unintentionally philosophical. So with that being said, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.